Hi, folks. Today I actually want to share two poems with you, both of them by Langston Hughes. The first is called Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Langston Hughes wrote Dreams in 1922. It's one of his earliest poems. The second poem I want to share with you is called Harlem, and it's one of his best-known poems. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? Hughes wrote that poem in 1951. Almost 30 years later, almost a career later. And it's interesting to think about the change in perspective on essentially the same topic. One of the things that's particularly interesting to me as a teacher is that the option of letting go of dreams is not really explored, at least not in these two poems. What happens when you let go of a dream? What happens to a lost dream, or the consequence of moving on, or what it's like to try to move on from something you really cared about? That's a topic that I talk about with my students a lot, success and failure, and that sometimes our dreams change. These two poems are a really great way of introducing the idea of the experiences that we have and how they shape how we communicate, what we create, what we care about, and those sorts of things. The way that an author's life connects with what they write about. Both of these are pretty direct poems. There are a few words in the second one, I think. In the first one, Dreams, barren, might give some students a little bit of difficulty, but really that's only the thing, and the only thing that might trip them up. The second poem, Deferred, might be difficult for some students. And fester is going to be a challenging word. I don't know that students are going to be familiar with the idea of something sweet sugaring over, that crystallization that can form in like too old candy. I mean, especially dealing with younger students. That candy's not going to get old. They're going to eat it. So there's, a lot that they're going to be able to understand on their own, which makes the poems much more accessible. And also, young people tend to have dreams, but they've probably also experienced not getting what they want. And they have a good enough imagination that they can think ahead to, what happens. It's been a long time since you were, 12 years old, if you're 14 or 15. That's been a long time. Think ahead 10, 20, 30 years in the future. What's important to you right now? What would you work your tail off for? What if you've been working your tail off for it your whole life? You're not really any closer to it. It's definitely something worth thinking about. Thanks for sharing this time with me. Thanks for letting me share these poems with you. If you have any ideas about what poems you'd like me to share next, put them down in the comments. Bye for now.